Okay,
He knew
good.
what I was trying to do
I had the perfect balance before, but now I don't.
and how important it was to me. And he said he had just talked to Jeffrey Epstein, who he's described as a successful investment advisor who made a lot of money and had made a large commitment to Harvard to brain research. And he said he wants to talk to you about politics and economics, and he says if you will take an hour on the longer legs of these trips he knows you're going to make to Africa and Asia to talk to him about it, that he will fly you on his airplane, and your staff, and your Secret Service detail, and any other people you want to take who are supporting your work.
And you mentioned these communications were related to the work of your foundation. Did you ever have any other communications with Larry Summers related to Mr. Epstein?
No.
Hi,
So,
Kim
for the
Agogia.
record, you never discussed anything related to Mr. Epstein and young women or girls?
Absolutely not.
He's like, what? Ew, gross. Absolutely not.
Mr. President, for the record, have you ever been contacted by any law enforcement agency concerning Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell?
As far as I know, no. That is, as far as I remember. Back in 2008, I sort of thought somebody might ask me something. Because I was glad this had come out since it had happened. But I don't believe anybody ever did.
You mentioned that you thought someone would want to ask you something. Can you elaborate on what that means?
Just because he let me use this airplane.
And to be clear, have you ever provided any information to any law enforcement agency concerning Jeffrey Epstein or Miss Ghislaine Maxwell?
So you asked this question before, you're just asking him to reiterate the response to the question that he previously asked you, Mr. President.
I don't believe any law enforcement agency has ever asked me. And I didn't know enough to volunteer anything.
Mr. President, are you aware of any efforts by anyone, including an attorney, process server, investigator, or any other person to contact you regarding any civil lawsuit, claim, or litigation involving Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell?
Not that I recall.
Did Jeffrey Epstein ever inform or represent to you that he was working with any intelligence service of any nation, including the United States?
No.
Did Ghislaine Maxwell ever inform or represent to you that she was working with any intelligence service of any nation, including the United States?
No.
And during your relationship, did you ever suspect Epstein or Maxwell of being affiliated with any intelligence agency?
I did not.
Thank you. I want
Imagine actually falling
to
asleep like
talk
this, like a
about
cat.
your time in the White House. I realize that you have specified your recollection is limited, but did Mr. Epstein ever visit the White House while you were president?
Objection, asked and answered.
The records reflect that he did.
Not the question.
According
No.
to FOIA requests to the Clinton Library, Mr. Epstein visited the White House at least 17 times between 1993 and 1995. Do you have any reason to dispute those numbers?
Nope. I don't.
Do you know what the nature of Mr. Epstein's visits to the White House were?
Are you asking what he knew in preparation for today? Can you clarify what you are seeking to learn?
Ooh.
But first of all, at the time, I had no idea he was coming and going. Huge numbers of people come and go in the White House. A lot of them come well over once, especially if they're lobbyists, for example. But I didn't know he was coming, so I certainly didn't know what he was coming about.
Mr. President, after you left office, did you or your staff ever conduct a review of records, documents, or other materials related to Mr. Epstein's connections to your White House?
You're exempting counsel. You can respond to that, but don't say anything about what you talked to your lawyers about. You can respond to this question.
Do you need the question again?
Yeah, I don't even understand. You mean, did we look into what he did in the White House after I left office?
Mr. President, one of the concerns of the committee is how Mr. Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell attempted or potentially attempted to curry favor with influential figures. My question was, after you left office, did you or your staff ever conduct a review of records related to Mr. Epstein's connections to your White House?
To the best of my knowledge, no.
Son of a bitch.
At this time.
So
I would
why
like
was
to
he at the
introduce
White House
what
while you
we
were there
have as
17
Majority
times?
Exhibit 11.
Well, he never showed up there with any other president.
And while it's being passed out, I will note for the record, this is a New York Times article entitled "The Untold Story of How Jeffrey Epstein Got Rich," published on December 16th,
I'm
2025.
telling you.
And when you receive the article, I want to direct your attention to the last paragraph of page 31.
The last paragraph of which page?
31. And when you are ready, I will also read it into the record.